Hey there, and welcome back to Am I the Asshole? Magic the Gathering Edition. Today, we have a community submission, and it's a juicy one. As adorable as that is, like, gotta be serious now. No more channel point redemptions until I'm done. Am I the asshole for causing another player to quit playing Magic and leave the LGS? I sat down to play in a pod with a new deck. I recently had switched my Mothman deck into the Master Transcendent, and this was the first game with it. I'm a firm believer of the Rule Zero conversation, even if my opponents don't participate. Upon sitting down, I told the group the deck, its goal, game plan, which was mill, theft from mill, and the infinite with Mind Crank and Sir Conrad. There are 3 proxies, alpha dual lands, and the bracket level, which is bracket 3. The others spoke a little each about their decks, one being Animar for player 2, Frodo Sam Voltron for player 3, and a companion deck of Helga Skittish, Seer, and Karuda for player 4. The first few turns seemed normal for all of us, a few mana dorks and ramp from players 2 and 3. My turn 3, I played an Intruder Alarm. Player 2 took advantage of it with his mana dork to get out a few creatures. Player 3 played his Sam, while player 4 played Helga. Turn 4, I played my commander. Player 2 used the Intruder Alarm a bit more to get a few more creatures, and ended his turn with Animar having 4+1 counters on it. Players 3 and 4 didn't do much for their turn 4. Come to turn 5, I played Mesmeric Orb, knowing it should synergize with Intruder Alarm. Player 2 milled 4 cards from his lands, and milled an Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. With its shuffle effect on the stack, I took it using the Master's ability. I'm personally not a fan of Annihilator, but thought it would make a good indestructible blocker, even saying so to the table. Player 2 went livid, saying how it's unfair I took his creature to use it against him. I tried to reassure him that I don't plan on attacking with it, yet he just kept trying to get the other players to deal with it, and the other 3 pieces on my board. He continued with his turn, ending with Animar up to 9+1 counters. A Hydra also with 9 counters, and 3 more creatures, thanks to using the Intruder Alarm. Player 3 just played some equipment. Player 4 milled an Amphin Mutineer from the Mesmeric Orb trigger. I tapped the Master to take it, and went to target player 2's Animar. Player 2 started cussing, saying how he's going to scoop and leave because this isn't fair. I tried to explain to him that I was doing it to slow him down a bit, since he had gotten so far ahead of the rest of us. I've seen Animar decks go off before and was trying to help the board keep in the game to play longer. As he was freaking out, player 4 told him to calm down, and how he was going to take care of it. Player 4 proceeded to cast Frozen Grip on Mesmeric Orb, and then cast Venser Shaper Savant multiple times, triggering itself to bounce itself and get infinite untaps of his commander to draw his deck out from his commander's trigger. Player 4 told us how he will win once he draws into it and plays it with all the mana he was producing. We agreed he won and proceeded to pick up the game. That's when player 2 started addressing me angrily about a lot of things. First, he said that he wasn't expecting to play against the power level of my deck, and how my proxies were too high of a power level. Secondly, he said that my Intruder Alarm as Mesmeric Orb were too strong, even though he abused the Intruder Alarm with his mana dork for multiple turns. And thirdly, he was accusing me of having an issue with him and his lower tier deck because I targeted him. I apologized about how I didn't realize just how synergistic the Orb and Alarm would come to be. Then I addressed the rest of it by telling him we had a turn 0 conversation, and how I was trying to slow him down so the rest of us had a chance to keep up. He just said how it doesn't matter and how I shouldn't bring a deck like that to the table without either discussing it or making sure everyone else has a deck at that level. He then just said that he's done and thanked me for ending his night early as he walked out the door. I looked at the remaining 2 players and they just shrugged. Am I the asshole? Wow, like... No, let me digest this for a second. I need to Google a couple of things. I mean, they were on turn 5. So, like, they really weren't that late into the game, and somebody else won with an infinite. So, whenever any creature comes into play, untap all creatures. So, whenever he steals something and brings it into under his control, his commander untaps. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. And then whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller puts a top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of synergy with 3 cards on the field there. Okay, so he took it just because he could. Because he took this Annihilator thing just because he could. Not because he was going to use it for the Annihilator effect, which I think that we don't talk enough as Commander players about how your intention means a lot. Like if you have a really powerful card in your deck and you're not intending to use it for its most powerful thing, like, is it really that bad? I see a lot of people talking about intention, especially with the new bracket system. Like the brackets are like vibes, right? And so if you're intending on doing certain things, shouldn't that like change how your deck functions then? I don't think these are bracket 3 decks. Guys, do you think these are bracket 3 decks? I don't think these are bracket 3 decks. Am I crazy? From everything that I understand about the bracket system, I think these are bracket 4 decks. I'm sorry. I need to stop talking about brackets. I'm sorry. I know. I just keep on thinking about how bracket 1 is jank. Bracket 2 is precons. Bracket 3 is upgraded precons. And then bracket 4 is, you know, everything else. He just got salty. His stuff got stolen. I mean, I feel for him, I do. But his reaction is a little bit all over the top. You can remove things. Like, it'll be fine. This guy starts cussing at this guy. And then, let me reread the rule 0. I told them that it's mill and thieving from mill. And that he has an infinite. So he was fully upfront and forward with the fact that his deck steals things. I feel like him being pissed that his deck in fact stole things is a little bit much. That's interesting to me, to be honest with you. It's like you guys specifically had this rule 0 conversation where you sit down and you're supposed to say what you are okay with and what you are not okay with. And this guy at the end of the day complained about 2 things that he said he was okay with during the rule 0 conversation, which are the proxies and the milling and thievery, So they did also mention the proxies, saying that was bringing his power level up. I don't really agree with that. I get that dual lands are really great at optimizing your land base, and they're really expensive, so a lot of people can't afford them, but sincerely, it's not that serious. I understand they come in untapped. It's not that serious. Someone playing a combo engine commander like Animar does not have a place to complain about someone else playing a combo engine. That's honestly fair. I mean, I can see why he got upset that his commander was stolen, because that can be kind of like really scary in the moment when your commander is stolen from you and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I get it. But like cussing at somebody and then rage quitting the whole LGS, buddy, it's not that serious. It's just a game. Shuffle up and play another one. Now you know who the threat is. Or say, I don't want to play against that deck. And okay, fine. Go to another table. Take a deep breath. You're fine. I find it funny that he wasn't mad at the person that literally did an infinite combo and won. No, the person that stole your commander and stole an annihilator creature, they're the problem. The tirade is what kind of like puts it over the edge. Believe me, I have those moments where I get really salty and I kind of forget that it's just a game for a minute, because I'm human and everybody has their human moments. And while those are very synergistic things that are happening, you have to remember that it's valid to play the game the way that it was meant to be played. They didn't hide nothing from you, so why you be mad? Right, and it is okay to ask questions, guys. It's okay to not know everything. Google something. Say, hey, what does this mean? Hey, what does that mean? I Google things constantly because I cannot remember everything about Magic the Gathering. There's too many keywords nowadays. There's too much stuff going on. I got small brain problems. I can't retain information like I used to. I'm middle-aged. I definitely think that the OP here, I say OP, but this is a community member. The person that submitted this to me is not the asshole in this situation. They were upfront and honest about what their deck does. Person that just stormed out of the LGS, buddy, I need you to take a deep breath, drink some water, get that salt out of your mouth, buddy. Come on. And make sure that when people are having Rule 0 conversations, please actually listen. I know sometimes you can just get really excited about getting to the game. You need to listen to the Rule 0 conversation and make clear what you are not comfortable playing against. Because it is completely invalid to complain about somebody's deck after the fact if they were upfront and honest with you during your Rule 0 conversation. That's just the bottom line there.